So what we're looking at here is the result of water flow, and water flowing through a landscape is a fluvial process. And you can see here that you've got different layering occurring, and that is probably indicative of different intensities of water flow through differing periods of time. And so this layer here, where you've got big rocks being deposited, it's probably the stream was flowing at a greater intensity, and so these rocks were able to be shifted by the water flow. But then this area here, there's the stream was probably quite a lot quieter, and there wasn't as much in the way of deposition of this coarser material. And then you've got another period again where you've got build-up of these heavier materials, and for some time you'd envisage that what's happened here is that the stream has been relatively quiet.
Over the last day or two there's actually been quite a bit of rain, and in the last week there's actually been quite a lot of rain, so it's possible that we could have expected some surface water flow in this stream. Now, as you can see in this particular point, there's none. It looks like if there had been any water flow, it's passed, and it may well have seeped through the base of the creek. And as we keep coming down the creek a little bit, it'll start to come into an area where there's a bit of a pool of water, and it doesn't look like it's particularly moving much, and you could assume that that's just a bit left sitting there. But as we go further down, you can actually see that there's flowing water in this little creek here, and you might not actually expect to see that, given that we've just come from 5 metres away. There's actually no surface water running at all. So that's an example of some water coming into the stream through the soil and rock around the stream. It could be a component of through flow, which is some water that has infiltrated, say, just up the slope into the soil profile and come through the soil and come into the stream here, into the low point. It could also be a bit of base flow, which is basically water that's been infiltrated potentially a long way away from here and has potentially resided in the soil and rocks for a long period of time and has made it to this low point. So yeah, just an example of probably through flow here, I would say, of some reasonably recent rain fall that's been held up a bit in the soil profile and is continuing to make its way down to the creek.
Well, we're down here on the Avoca River. This is on the western side of Benmore, and we've just measured the electrical conductivity of the water here, and it's greater than 2,000 microsiemens per centimetre. So it's now getting quite salty, and I suppose we might expect that if each of the tributaries of the streams here had a salt load, and that they were combining into this larger stream, and as a result the salt load's actually increasing. The other thing to note is that the stream itself is quite clear, which is also an indication of the water being a little salty.